From London, my name is Peter John Sabatelli. I'm a final year clinical psychology student. I've got 15 years experience as CBT, and I want to just share some of my findings from my thesis titled Effectiveness of Group CBT with Memory Specificity Training. We'll call that MEST, and self-distancing, we'll call that SD, in moderately depressed adults. In the second slide, I will show you a summary of my findings. Group A consisted of CBT, MEST and SD versus Group B, which was CBT and MEST. Group A was statistically significant on all dependent variables with large effect sizes, which I'll discuss later. It was also clinical significant at post-treatment compared to Group B. And interestingly, when I looked at relationships between memory specificity or specific memories, the main mediator for that was rumination. Why that's important is that previous MEST studies showed increased specific memories was accompanied by improved depression. They assumed that it was specific memories that achieved this. In fact, it appears to be rumination rather than specific memories. Also, the addition of SD enhanced both CBT and MEST compared to Group B. Limitations: well, there was no comorbidity, there was a wide range of people from 20 to 60, and also there was no independent therapist. I ran both groups. Future research to repeat the study in mental health clinics with comorbidity. Going on to the second slide. So, what's the point of doing all this? Well, recently there's been quite a hoo-ha about the stagnation in CBT outcomes for depression. Excuse me for that noise in the background. And also that it seems to be decreased outcomes. Another reason was that MEST studies done by eminent researchers and SD research done by eminent researchers do suggest that it should be included with CBT. I included it also with MEST. Also, it hasn't really been done, as far as I'm aware, with UK participants or anywhere else for that matter. Why is this important? Well, the background is what's important is overgeneral memories. They're associated with recurrence, increased severity, and duration of depression. Now, the previous MEST studies I mentioned, three main ones, they found that they targeted overgeneral memories to reduce OGMs so that they wanted to increase specific memories. They achieved this with an increase also associated with an increase in depression. Limitations: well, there were small groups, and also there was a number of confounding variables in their studies, which I tried to address. The theoretical background to overgeneral memories is Conway and Playdell and Pierce, which did the self-memory system, said it was a hierarchy from knowledge over general memories and specific memories. Also, there was a Carfax model, and I'll only mention two components here, which is capture and rumination and functional avoidance. When you try to recall the memories, they get captured and they get caught in rumination. When you recall memories, they might become very distressing, so you use functional avoidance suppression, which adds to the overgeneral memories. Also, the problem deficit that normally accompanies this prevents you accessing previous successful problem solving. The SD studies, the main is induction studies, are composed of distancing and reconstruing. Distancing is an observer perspective and emotions are dulled. When you start to reconstruct, you've got adaptive reflection, helps you to stand back and understand, find new meaning and insight and sense of closure. It also regulates emotions, because what was found is that there was improved problem solving, less rumination, and improved mood. What's this based on? It's based on this theory of construal level of psychological distance. If you look at psychological distance, if it's large, then that's akin to the distancing in SD. And the reconstruing is akin to high construal level. High construal level, you can ask why questions, you can look at things abstractly, and you can find new meaning. You couldn't do this without high construal level. The small psychological distance accompanied by low construals are really akin to self-immersion, which is creates strong emotions and associated with depression, increases depression. Methodology, well, obviously ethical approval, mixed group design, 2 treatments, group A and B, over a period of 3 time periods, pre, post, and follow-up. Dependent variables were specific memories, low mood, rumination, problem solving, and suppression. Conclusion was, well, we wanted to ensure that there was moderate depression and also that there was severe overgeneral memories. Exclusion criteria, for example, would be substance abuse and high risk of suicide and self-harm, for example. They were recruited from advertisements in 2 London boroughs, done many times, plus a screening sessions for those that attended with a battery of questionnaires. Consent was obtained and 120 were block randomized. The results, if you look at slide 9 and slide 10, a repeated MANOVA was done. The univariate ANOVAs highlighted that there was a difference between both groups on all the dependent variables. So to find which group this was referring to, I did an independent t-test that showed group A was significant on all dependent variables with high effect sizes. Also wanted to know, in addition, what was the relationship, was there any relationship between the dependent variables and specific memories? There was, with rumination showing a mediating effect that others did not show a mediating effect with specific memories. The little table below just shows you that it was for group A, it was clinical significant post-treatment. Discussion, well, hypothesis 1 to 6, no rejected, alternative accepted. It confirms that specific memories can increase without an increase in depression or being affected by depression. There was greater specific memories achieved in Group A than Group B, suggesting that SD may have facilitated specific memory recall in MEST. There's also a greater improvement in the other dependent variables achieved in Group A compared to Group B, again suggesting that SD may have enhanced cognitive reframing in CBT and enhanced CBT overall. It also clarifies that the mood improvement found in previous MEST studies that they put down to specific memories wasn't actually found here. It suggested here that the depression that improved was probably more due to improvement in rumination rather than specific memories. So in conclusion, I addressed the need to look at ways to enhance current contemporary CBT by Group A, which was CBT, MEST and SD. It was feasible, it was effective, and it's probably cost effective in 7 sessions with 3-month follow-up, and with some limitations, as I mentioned, and future research already mentioned in the first slide. These are some of the key references. Anyway, hopefully that was done in 10 minutes. Thank you very much.